Okay. Yeah, we're going to talk about the importance of confessing. James 5:16 and 17. It says, confess your faults, sins, flaws, hurts, pains, worries, concerns. It's a big word if you study that. Confess these things one to another and pray for each other that you can be healed. It says, the effectual, fervent prayer of a righteous man accomplishes much. Most of the, here for a long time, 26 years or more, I see most people, they emphasize effectual, fervent prayer of a righteous man or woman, da da da. But that's the wrong emphasis. That's part of it, but that's not the emphasis God has in the whole Bible and in the way God does stuff. The God's view, look, that's religion and tradition, whatever. Even the good people, because if they've just heard something and they repeat it, they will emphasize part of scriptures or a teaching or a concept. They'll emphasize the wrong part, you know. So back to this. God's emphasis on the James 5 is to confess. Confess your sins, flaws, hurts, fears, pain, worry, distress, confusion, whatever's bugging you. Confess these things to one another, and then pray that you can be healed. A lot of things you cannot be healed from until you confess, because the root of sickness, infirmity, lack, financial problems, family problems, strife, people's people hard to get along with. Some people, they're defensive, they're negative. Some people very fearful, whatever. Sometimes you can never be healed if you need physical healing, or delivered if it's a soul, spirit part of you problem, or something in your life or your finances or whatever, or just trying to do your purpose and your plan. And a lot of people, they hit a roadblock, they hit a wall, they hit a ceiling, and sometimes their whole life they never break through. But sometimes to do that, if nothing else is working, then you better confess to someone that knows how to hear, and of course is mature, safe, a godly person, or someone that really cares about you, loves you, or has your best interest at heart, and talk to them about what's bugging you as much as you know. Sometimes just in talking, you'll get your understanding, you'll get your answer, just as you're talking about it. So confess and pray that you may be healed. This is important. It's almost a daily thing. Can easily be a weekly thing. But I do this, to people that know how to hear and know how to pray. A few times a year. Should do it more. But it's like I see right. It's like I'm thinking in like a fighter jet in the military service. The thing, it does its daily or weekly patrols or mission. If it's not doing a war mission, the fighter jet is patrolling. But whatever, the thing goes out, and just going out on patrol or whatever it's doing, it's getting it, dust and contaminations and so forth in the engine. It's getting hit by ice or hailstones, sometimes in storm clouds or something like that. Just, flying around, depending on where it's at, dirt, getting in the engine or whatever. So the thing comes back, and if it's been in battle, the thing can have, bullet hole scrapes, marks, burns. It's just stress. And the thing comes back to its base, and the technicians, they work on the jet, they work on whatever, everything, the hydraulics, the flaps, the engine, because it has been in use. Being in use, it will get hit, it'll get hurt, it'll get stressed, it'll get dirt in the engine, whatever, stuff like that. Or a gun, should have get one of my guns out. You know, you go to the range, or you hunt, or whatever, police or military. You know, or say you go to the range and you use that gun, boom, 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 but then you need to clean it and service it and oil it because it was used. If it's just sitting in the whatever, the holster at home or on the drawer, in the drawer, whatever, you don't got to do much to it. But if it's been in real life, it's been in real situations and done something, it needs to be cleaned or whatever. Same with a person. You know, if you're playing sports, or you're an athlete, or I mean, you're a warrior, you're a soldier, or whatever you're doing, or you come back and you get worked on, whatever you need, you know, refreshed, healed. And so I said all that to say this: just out there doing life, but especially a Christian that's going to have spiritual warfare, and especially if you're a minister and you're real and you're really doing something, the hell is going to attack you. The weapons of a warfare, they're not natural and carnal, but they're mighty through God. And the Bible says there's no release from this war. Endure hardship as a good soldier, but endure, overcome. And but so the stress in your mind, your heart, your spirit, your soul is going to happen just from being here on earth. You don't even have to be a minister. No, forget that. Just being on earth, you're going to get hurt since you were a little baby all the way on up. Most people didn't know how to protect their children in a godly, biblical way. They're just now learning that stuff. It's becoming more, but still not enough people don't even know about it. And so anyway, those things happen. But what do I mean? Being hurt, offended, shame, rejection, betrayal, whatever, verbally attacked, shunned, physically, whatever, all the above, you know. Some people have been shot, stabbed, beaten for being a Christian. Some have been killed. I lived in Indonesia and India for, gosh, what about 14 years? Yeah, you get physical attack and persecution, a lot of spiritual attack, a lot of mental attack, verbal attack, a lot of rejection, a lot of what do you call it, prejudice against you, just because you're a foreigner. Then when they find out you're a Christian, it's even more. So all that stuff, it hurts your soul, your mind, your heart, your spirit, your you know, we're created in the image and likeness of God. You're supposed to live in love, because God is love. His kingdom is love. You're supposed to live in righteousness, peace, joy. You're supposed to live in justice and you know, righteousness, God's righteousness, God's justice, dignity, acceptance. And we are, that's the water that we're supposed to swim in, you know. But if you put a fish out of the nice clear mountain river, put him out in the desert with rocks and cactuses and thorns and stuff like ants, it's not right. He's not going to like it. He's not made for that. So we're not made for, you know, the wear and tear of this evil world, the demon rule and evil people, devil, satanic attacks on your soul, your mind, your heart, your emotions. And then evil, stupid people, and just the difficulties here in this world, they hurt you. They can make you sad, angry, depressed, hard-hearted, negative, all these things. And you don't want that to set in. Being offended, you know, love growing cold, hard-heartedness, anger, whatever, or fear, giving up. Look here, the human will... Everybody will respond or react to, you know, difficult things, hardship, persecution, hard difficulties, hardship. You just listen to me. You will either, some people's temperament, they will respond overt and aggressive. That's the anger, you know, angry, control, I don't care, or you're just mean, who needs you type of thing. Or people go the other way and more passive, you know, not anyway. That's the fear, the give up, the depression, the suicide, the despondency.